The plague of locusts, according to Kabbalah, and the inner meaning of the Torah, with insights from the wisdom of truth. The plague of locusts, arbe, has the numerical value gematria of zar, stranger, with the kolel, inclusive count. This means that the locust represents the covering of the eye of the land, ayin, haaretz. The word arbe is related to harbe, many, symbolizing a multitude of details that obscure the general principle, the inner essence. The plague of locusts comes to reveal to a person the distortions of the klipa, spiritual shell, within, so that he may correct them. For the Egyptian, this plague was suffering, but for the Israelite within a person, it was a rectification similar to how the wicked are sealed for death on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. That is, a person must put to death the wicked elements within him, so that the righteous parts of his soul may be sealed for life. Who are the wicked within a person? They are his selfish desires, the desires to receive for oneself alone. When a person builds his entire Torah and mitzvot upon self-interest, whether for material pleasure in this world or in the world to come, whether for acquiring more wealth rather than for purifying his desire to receive and aligning it with the Creator, then he is struck by the plague of locusts. What does the locust plague do? It destroys all crops, all produce, and all fields, from the term man of the field, everything that man built externally. The locust is a correction against the sphere of understanding, all growth, all depths, everything man built. The locust has a big appetite against man's appetite for external possessions in Torah and commandments instead of working on inner spirituality, love of others, God and man. Others from the term cheap, your friend, from the term bad, as the true eye, the secret of the palm of eye. Man has locusts. When he has an endless appetite, he is never satisfied with Torah and commandments, becomes stricter and stricter, but forgets about the inner point about the soul. Therefore, here comes the plague of locusts, and eats all his Torah commandments, all his understandings in Torah and commandments, all his greatness to force him to rebuild everything on a foundation of contemplation, in awe of elevation, in the greatness of the Creator. For the Egyptian, it's a plague. Why? Because they took all his external Torah and commandments, showed him they are just external. A commandment without intention is like a body without a soul. But if man connects to his inner Israeli, to his Hebrew that sees beyond matter, aspect of crossing the Jordan sees beyond descent, then in such a state they actually acquire faith, acquire the power of understanding, contemplation, power of imagination to reach form equivalence, and then this appetite, instead of eating and destroying everything, on the contrary, it magnifies the vision of the king. May we merit to break the distortion, break the shells, and all this multiplication of external intellect in Torah and commandments, and external Torah study like artificial intelligence will turn for us into a plague of locusts, which is against understanding, that shows us that wisdom with